Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're just joining, I am Natalie, that's the name of my channel, and my name is Natalie Legore, and I'm here to talk to you some more about my dialysis journey. So in my last video that I uploaded, I told you about my first dialysis session where somebody came to, insert a catheter in my groin, and just how humiliating that was, with an entire stranger coming to shave your vagina to get the procedure done. So that was my first experience, right? I want to talk to you about how dialysis went for me in the first, let's say, 5 months, right? And I started dialysis in July 2014, and by September 2014, I got my first infection. Now, this is a huge problem with dialysis patients. The infection rate is very high because more than likely when you just start dialysis, you'll have an access known as a catheter. And a catheter is a foreign agent placed in your body, a tubing placed in your body, and comes out on your chest or you here in your jugular. Put the tube under, comes out here, catheter is extended here, right? And after doing that, I got an infection so bad I could not walk, I could not help myself, and I was in the hospital for 22 days because I got what they call line sepsis. This is a serious problem, and this is something that can kill you. So for any dialysis patient out there, and I'm asking you to share the video because you might well know somebody who is on dialysis, or if it might even be you or a family member who is on dialysis or who was on dialysis who have passed on. Because yes, an infection in dialysis can kill you, and that one almost took my life. Right, and it took me 22 days in the hospital, and even when I got out of the hospital, it took some months for me to build up my strength and my energy and just to feel good again. And all this time you have to be on antibiotics, and there are no guarantees that it might work. So one of the things I encourage dialysis patients to do is to pay attention when that dressing is being done. Pay attention, ensure that your nurses and technicians wash their hands. A lot of people in dialysis are somehow allergic to water. Let me tell you. And when I say allergic, you have those who will do it willingly, and you have those who always want to skip the process because it's human nature. Now, I know there's some technician out there who is going to take issues, but listen, y'all don't beg me to call names. Because even in my dialysis center, you know yourself, and you know who I won't work with. Right? There are people who I refuse to work with, not because I don't like them, but because at the end of the day, if they're not doing the process correctly, I just cannot put my health at that kind of risk. God forbid, I'm already fighting. You know what I mean? So why would I even want to go further and allow somebody to put me in a compromising position? Somebody not washing their hands before they come to touch your catheter. Simple little things, let me tell you, that people do that they're not aware of, that I will notice because this is my life and I have to safeguard it. Your machine rings off and somebody comes to take you off the machine. They wash their hands, they put on a pair of gloves, lovely. They go, they sign your folder, they write up your folder, your chart, your blood pressures, how many blood you got processed on the machine, what your clearance is, which is how many potassium you were able to remove over the time that you were on the machine, that kind of thing. And then they come and they have to remove those lines from you, flush your catheter with saline, and then add some heparin in the line to ensure that that little line that you have running here doesn't get clotted. And in the middle of doing that, they go and they decide to push your recliner down with the same gloves that you're about to go and use and touch a catheter. Or they go and they decide to fold up your damn blanket in the middle of dealing with a catheter. These are small things that can make a difference to somebody catching an infection. Because that blanket, you don't know who using it to blow their nose, who's sweating, who doing all type of things. Some of these patients may well have good hygiene, some of them may not. And they're covered with this blanket, and you have on a pair of gloves, and you're going to use it to touch the blanket, to touch the recliner that everybody else is touching, even though they wipe the chairs between sessions, right? And then you're still going to come and use that gloves to come and touch the tip of my catheter. And then some people pretend like they don't know how you get infections. Or they're cleaning the catheter and they have the gauze and they clean right where the catheter exits, and then they wipe up here and then they go right back on the slot. You're introducing bacteria to the catheter site. So these are just small little things that you have to pay attention to and try your best not to get an infection. I am Natalie. Please do subscribe. I am sure you can learn something. I want to share my entire dialysis experience with you so that somehow somebody out there can get some kind of help. All right, so do have a very, very good day wherever you are, and thank you so much for subscribing. In my next video, I'll talk to you about 5 things they never tell you about dialysis. Have a great evening, guys. Bye-bye.